What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Kenan Thompson, man. Kenan Thompson has been a big part of SNL for some years now. We all remember him back from his Nickelodeon days when he was on Good Burger and all that. Or the movie Good Burger, and then he was on Kenan and Kel and all that, right? Stuff we grew up, at least I grew up on in the 90s, right? Well, apparently he's getting a divorce from his wife of 11 years. They actually got married back in 2011, and now they are separating. It took me a couple of days to really do a video on this because I wanted to make sure that I spoke on this for a purpose, because it seems like there's nothing really bad going on in this particular marriage, and I didn't want to have to produce a video without really speaking on why this particular divorce may have occurred. We've seen divorces happening more and more nowadays, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the quarantine, people being around each other a little bit too much. She, according to Kenan, as an interior designer, he's been doing this thing on SNL, but his career hasn't kept him from home. He's basically been stationary in New York doing SNL. He hasn't been doing a ton of like movies and stuff like that. He's not on locations like that. So he's been able to be around her, maybe not, maybe not as much as the quarantining did. It had everybody living with their loved ones. But this marriage has come to a close. It seemed like it was a happy union because everything, at least right now, is on good terms, and they're going to co-parent their two children together. Now, there is a 10-year age gap between them. So she was around 23 or 22, I would say, when they got married to each other. She was around 22, and he was around, I would say, 32, right around 32, 33, right around that age range. So I do think that her age, marrying young, starting a family, I do think that may have taken its toll, because if you look at her Instagram, now she hasn't posted a lot, right? But she posts a lot with herself and other people outside of Kenan, right? There's video with her with this particular guy. I'm not really sure the relationship, whether he's a relative or a friend. I'm not really sure. But, she's more cozy and doing her own thing with other people. And when you have a woman that marries young, I think what happens a lot of times, towards the tail end of that marriage, she wants to do something different. And Kenan, I don't think he's going to be the type of person that's going to keep a woman with him that doesn't want to be with him. I truly believe that. I believe it got to a point to where she just didn't want to be married anymore. We see the same thing with Megan Good and her husband. When a man is married to a woman that doesn't want to be with him anymore, what is he to do? To say, you know what? I want to keep things amicable, so let's, share custody. Hopefully there's no issues. The financial situation hopefully will be worked out. As a matter of fact, we're going to get into this article from Yahoo Life first before I speak on any further. So Saturday Night Live cast member Kenan Thompson and his wife Christina have split after being together for nearly 15 years and being married for 11. So you do the math on how old she was when they got together and him. They have been separated for over a year, but continue to stay friendly as they co-parent their two daughters. TMZ reports sources are saying the couple grew apart as Kenan spends most of his time in Los Angeles shooting NBC comedy Kenan. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. While Christina remains in New York City, the couple got married at the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta in 2011. Do some quick research. Apparently, the show Kenan is in its second season. Okay, it's in the second season. I might check it out after this, but the show Kenan is in the second season. The premiere season was in 2021, and they have their second season coming up this year, or that is this year, right? So he must have started filming in 2020, right? But which is coincidence. The timing isn't impeccable, because that's when the quarantine situation was going on. So if they were filmed, now maybe he filmed the show in 2019, but if you look at it, he started filming the show, let's say in 2020, right? That's when the quarantine situation happened. Did he end up staying in Los Angeles during that time and she stayed in New York? Listen, I want to say this, and I'm speaking to all the married couples. Does staying apart for a year damage a marriage? That's what I want to know. You've been around somebody a lot, because again, he was doing SNL in New York consistently. He wasn't really doing much out of that. Just recently, over the last couple of years, has Kenan been doing this Kenan show, right? So you mean to tell me staying apart, him filming for a certain amount of months and then coming back, that damaged the relationship? Did he just stay in Los Angeles because he didn't want to be with her anymore? I mean, she's not a bad looking woman whatsoever. Okay. She's not a bad looking woman at all. Did he get tired of her? I don't think so. I just think that Kenan's career is starting to go in the way he wants it. And I think he is focused on that. But I think this marriage has probably been done since maybe around, even right before quarantine. The quarantine situation probably just made it worse. I believe it just made it completely worse. Sources tell Us Weekly Kenan and Christina are completely amicable. They remain close as co-parents and have remained very close throughout the separation. The magazine went on to report being married for 11 years, together for 14 changes. A lot of things. They really grew apart and wanted different things. There's nothing juicy about why they split. It's always sad to hear that a long-time relationship has come to an end, but it's nice to see them staying friendly and not lashing out publicly. Sometimes people do just grow apart as their lives move in different directions, and being a celebrity doesn't make you immune to that. In these situations, the most important thing is always the welfare of the kids, and it seems that the pair's first priority. Kenan's very active in his daughter's lives. He's an amazing father, especially given his work schedule and obligations. The insider tells Us Weekly the kids spend the majority of their time with their mom, but he always makes sure to see them. The Emmy winner is the longest tenured cast member on SNL. He's the most tolerable member of SNL. Recently celebrating on Instagram, writing, "Beyond blessed, 1500 NBC and NBC SNL has been my home for 19 years and counting. Love everyone that's helped me get to this amazing milestone. The couple haven't filed for divorce yet, but reports are that it may happen soon." So why are we getting reports of them separating? That's the one thing I don't get. Like, the one thing I don't get is, why are we getting reports of them separating now if nobody's filed anything? This tells me that somebody has moved on already and they want to get ahead of it before the media does. So, they want to go and they want to, make sure that everybody knows that they're not with nobody, just in case, it comes out that, Kenan's with somebody else, or, his ex is now ex-wife is with Christina is with somebody else. I just, relationships fall apart. They do. And I do think that her marrying him, well, you got to understand, they dated for about 4 years before they got married. They dated for 4 years. They got married when she was 22? So they started dating when she was like 19. So she's been with Kenan throughout the years that she would be partying and getting flown out. Because I know you comment section, word police is going to be like, it's not flown out, Jane. She missed a lot of that. And now she gets to do that. Now, we look on her Instagram, you could tell she travels. She's with her friends a lot. But a lot of those are old posts back from 2019, 2020, 2021. It seemed like she's lost interest in posting recently. which tells me that she's had a change in her life, which is fine, right? But a lot of times when women date a guy young and marry young and they don't get to experience being single in their 20s, and now she's in her early 30s, she's a mother of two, now she's going to be a single mother of two. You know, I just think that she might have been the one that was ready to move on. You know, it's hard for us as men to really look in the mirror and say, you know what, she didn't want me no more. She didn't want me no more. When you get, and that's the thing, she got with Kenan while he was on SNL, while he was a public figure. So it wasn't like his career didn't take off until after he got with her. You know, his career was going strong before he got with her. So we can't use the career thing as an excuse. I just think she just I really believe she's the one that didn't want to be with him. I could be wrong. You got to understand, no paperwork has been filed. Wait until the paperwork is filed. Wait until you have to look into custody. You got to look into the financial aspect of it. Wait until that part gets worked out. This is just the this is just the start of it. But it could get messy. I've seen it before. I talked about, you know, former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler. You know, they ended their marriage seemingly amicably. Next thing you know, there's mudslinging, there's accusations. You know, she wants more money. He don't want to give it to her. So, you know, I'm hoping for the best because I like Kenan Thompson. I really do. He is he's the most talented guy on SNL right now. And he has been for years. And he is the most tolerable one. I don't really watch SNL like that, but I do watch a lot of the clips. He's like the top memed people are out there on TV. So like I say, you know, I hope things work out for him. You know, when you see these marriages fall apart, I'm not rooting against any of these guys. I want to see these guys succeed, especially one black man to another. I've always been a fan of Kenan. I've always thought he was talented, even back in the 90s when he was doing all that and Kenan and Kel. I was always a fan of his. So y'all know what to think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see y'all on the next one.